This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Unless indicated, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened.
This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Chesterfield Emergency Service. They're in good hands here.
We begin in Albuquerque, New Mexico, by the side of a concrete flood control ditch. Actors have helped us set the scene, but most of the footage you will see was taped when this story happened, on June 10th, 1988.
Storms in the foothills today, so stay out of the ditches. Possibility of thunder
You can have a
showers at lower
perfectly
elevation.
dry, calm day down here in town, and there's a storm brewing up in the mountains that's dumping a lot of water, maybe.
I've seen little kids down in the ditches playing in the water, just all of a sudden swooped away by the floodwaters.
13-year-old Eddie Barnett had been skateboarding that afternoon in Matheson Park. The sky was clear, and the ditch that ran through the park contained only a few inches of water. When we continued,
He was up on top of the water, he was staying afloat, but he was moving very fast. I was very nervous because I knew if we couldn't get him there, I felt he would die. I didn't think he had a chance.
at 5:30 p.m. a call came in. Eddie had been washed into a major arroyo. A code raft alert was sounded at fire stations along the arroyo.
Ground route to all stations, this is code raft is now suspect. Victim is reported in the Embudo Channel. No other specific location has been given.
Code raft alert means someone is in trouble in the arroyos. If they're not found and pulled out within a few minutes, they will drown. Rob DeBuck was the first police officer on the scene.
I saw about a 3-foot wave of water come down. It was a big wall of water. I asked one officer to stay up on the ledge so he could look over and see if he could see anybody coming. 2 minutes later, he said he saw a body floating down the water. And when he said body, in my mind, I pictured a dead body. He was up on top of the water. He was staying afloat, but he was moving very fast. I was very nervous because I knew if we couldn't get him there, I felt he would die. I didn't think he had a chance.
On one of Fire Station 8's engines, firemen Tom Velasquez and Ken Tiller headed to their pre-assigned critical point in the Embudo arroyo.
We were listening to the other units upstream, and we heard that they'd missed Eddie Barnett. So we were hurrying to make sure that we could get him.
They prepared for the brief moment when Eddie would sweep by their position, but at 30 to 40 miles an hour, arroyo floodwaters can be as dangerous for the rescuers as for the victims.
Ken Tiller strung a rope across the channel. They tied the two ends of the rope to two ladder rungs, and he tied onto the remaining rope. The force of the water was amazing. It was really flowing fast. They were hollering that Eddie Barnett was coming down. I handed the shepherd's hook to Ken Tiller. Ken barely stepped in so he could reach him, and the water just engulfed him and snapped the line.
Ken's in! He went in! He went in! Keep your head on! Ken! Go to the side! Go to the side! Head on, Ken! Come on!
Ken Tiller tried to hold on to Eddie and keep him afloat. but the force of the water was pulling them apart.
It was just helplessness. There was not a thing that we could do.
As they neared a turbulent junction where the arroyo split into two channels, Ken tried to push Eddie toward the calmer channel. Then Ken hit the rapids. Eddie followed a few moments later.
He got sucked under for about 20 seconds, and everyone was just like, where is he? Finally, he got shot back out to another canal, and that water was easier. My brother was a little in front of me, and I said, Robert, get him, and Robert jumped in, and I jumped in.
Eddie had been washed into the calmer channel, where 21-year-old Diego Garcia and his 19-year-old brother Robert were able to jump in and grab him. Though they were neither cops nor firemen and did not even know the boy, they had helped save his life. Bumped and bruised, wet and cold, Eddie was in surprisingly good shape. 12 minutes after he was swept into the arroyo, Eddie was safe. But Ken was still in trouble. He'd managed to grab one of the fire department's safety lines, but he couldn't hold on long enough for help to get to him.
I noticed that Fireman Tiller wasn't able to hold on to it, and I knew that if he kept on going down the arroyo, that he was going to hit the water breaks. So I got inside my truck, got my ropes out, tied them onto the push bar of my truck, and lowered myself into the ditch.
18-year-old Jeremy Casadas risked his life by entering the driving floodwaters, but managed to pull Ken to safety. Dr. Robert Henry.
The fireman was in poor condition because he was a true near-drowning victim. He was blue, he was not breathing very well, and he was both vomiting water and also coughing dirty water, arroyo water, out of his lungs.
Ken was released from the hospital a hero. Neither the fireman he serves with nor Eddie's mother has forgotten what he tried to do.
I feel very thankful for Ken Teller. I really do. I didn't realize how much he put his life on the line for my son's life. And I thank him very much.
A year has gone by since that day in June.
Every time I heard anybody going in the ditch, they'd die. I just figured I'd be dead too. Yeah, you mess up real bad, you gotta learn to appreciate life a little more.
Ken Tiller is still a fireman in the city, but after each shift, he returns home to the mountains he loves.
When I came home, it was an unbelievable feeling to be free and breathing clean air and breathing, period. But I'm a Native American and I have my beliefs, and Mount Taylor, which I live under, is one of our sacred mountains, and I was happy to be underneath it again and riding the horses. That's what I grew up doing, and I'm just thankful I can do it, and hopefully until I turn gray, teach my grandchildren the same values that I have now.
Next.
She turns into a rag doll, on her back starting to spin, and starts accelerating away from me.
When you're falling through the air at 100 miles an hour, a life or death emergency can arise in an instant, and there may not be enough time to solve it. A team of stunt divers helped us reconstruct the daring decision of a moment that changed the course of a life on Good Friday of 1987. A 2 to 3 mile jump to Earth is a soaring pleasure for a skydiver until the horizon line or an insistent altimeter beep warns it's time to pull the chute. On April 18th, in the crystal clear desert air of Coolidge, Arizona, hundreds of skydivers from all over the country had gathered for what they call an Easter boogie. Instructor Greg Robertson was one of the loadmasters that day.
I was on the hangar floor, and I watched this lady having trouble packing her rig. And at a boogie, everyone's supposed to know what they're doing. You're not supposed to have untrained students there. So I went up and talked to her and figured out that she was relatively inexperienced, about 50 jumps, and decided, well, I better keep my eye on this one. A little inexperienced, make sure she at least knows what she's doing in the air, isn't going to kill herself or kill somebody else.
31-year-old Debbie Williams was preparing to jump as part of the last group, a six-way round formation.
One of the groups that was together was the six-way of relatively inexperienced people. I was acting as the loadmaster and spotter for the aircraft. The formation that they had planned was well within the experience level of that group. They were all going to join hands, forming a circle, break apart, each do a 360-degree flat turn, and rejoin their hands.
Until their parachutes open, skydivers fall at speeds of over 100 miles an hour. Even when jumping from as high as 13,500 feet, like Debbie's group, a diver has less than a minute and a half to safely maneuver into formation before the chute must be opened.
Come on. Tighten up.
Tighten up.
I give them about a second, I hop out after them, start diving down, and I check her out in the air. She's in a good track position, real good body position. And I go, hey, looks like maybe I was wrong, maybe she's better than she was. Somebody's been training her, maybe she picked it up good. And I set up about 70 feet out from this three-way that's already built. I'm watching these people go in. I'm watching Debbie. She starts orbiting. She's not making it in. She's gotten down there, but she's not making it. She's just orbiting around. All of a sudden, this other dude runs into the formation, hits it, funnels it out, and they drop down a couple of 100 feet below us. The other two jumpers, Debbie and Guy Fitzwater, started diving towards this formation below us now. I look up and I see Debbie trying to get on down there, and I guess she's not watching really where she's going.
The impact was as great as a 50-mile-an-hour car crash. Debbie was knocked unconscious.
She turns into a rag doll on her back, starting to spin, and starts accelerating away from me. Where we've been doing probably 110 miles an hour, she's probably accelerated up to 130. Guy got initially knocked over and then righted himself. So I decide, well, she needs help, and I go into a no-lift dive trying to get up to about 200 miles an hour.
Greg caught up with Debbie less than 30 seconds from impact.
I lift my head out of this dive and take a look, and I notice there's blood all over her face. I'm thinking, I'll just let her body swing around, bring the ripcord to me. And all of a sudden I realize I got absolutely no idea how high above the ground I am. Look out of the side of my eyes real quick, and I decide I've got enough time to do this, but I got to do it now. I drive on in as the legs swing around, grab her with my left hand, sit her up so the rig will deploy cleanly, pull a ripcord and say, "That's your shot."
Greg finally managed to open Debbie's chute less than 10 seconds before they hit the ground.
There. Hey, got a nice one over there.
Emergency medical technician and avid parachutist Dean Baker had come to watch the boogie that day.
Hey, he's in trouble. Where?
And there I saw a woman at about 100 feet gliding down and her arms were at her side limp, which is a clear indication that she wasn't in control and wasn't prepared to land. So
What? Hey, somebody call man.
Already unconscious and heading for an uncontrolled landing, Debbie was going to hit very hard.
when I got to her on the ground, I noticed that her face was totally covered in blood, and I noticed a gurgling sound out of her mouth.
You okay? She had a free fall collision. I had to pull her reserve on her.
Dean immediately took charge of Debbie's treatment. Her swelling stomach indicated severe internal bleeding.
I also noticed that her blood pressure was dropping, so I elevated her feet to treat for shock and asked for some mask trousers or something to stabilize the blood pressure.
Dean then came up with an idea that helped save Debbie's life for the second time that day.
There was nothing there at all except a thought of inflatable leg splints.
He improvised and used the inflatable leg splints to stabilize her blood pressure.
Call 911.
The call for help went out.
Coolidge Public Safety.
You're gonna be okay. Here comes the ambulance, guys.
Come on, guys. Okay, tell them where to get it. Get some of this equipment out here.
The paramedics arrived and took over prepping Debbie for the helicopter ride to the hospital. Debbie was rushed to the hospital semi-conscious, where it was discovered she had sustained broken ribs, a lacerated liver, and a punctured lung, and was in shock from the loss of blood. Without the quick thinking of both Greg and Dean, Debbie would not have survived.
Everybody tells me I'm a hero. By the definition that I heard, I saved somebody's life, I'm a hero. I'm a hero. I simply do what I feel is necessary.
As far as I'm concerned, he did put himself in danger because he was thinking about saving my life rather than pulling his own parachute. If Gregory hadn't been there that day, I would be dead now. I would have bounced.
2 years later, Debbie is married. She and her husband, Bill, live together in Hawaii, where she's a teacher.
I'd like to make another jump this weekend, and I don't believe that if I skydive, I'll have another accident. What are the chances of it happening, 2 times to the same person?
The word urgent was heard, and I knew that they were having interior collapses in the building.
Every day, the 12,000 firefighters of the New York City Fire Department answer calls for every kind of help imaginable. And though they often risk their lives, they rarely get or expect thanks for doing so. What follows is not a recreation. It's the reality of the busiest fire department in the world on its busiest day of the year, the 4th of July. Every day and every night, New York City's firefighters go to work knowing that nearly 11 out of 12 of them will be injured each year on the job.
It's something that's in your blood, being a fireman. It's like a family.
most of us look forward to coming to work. Sounds kind of funny. You look forward to coming someplace where you might not be able to return from, but we call ourselves the brothers, and there's real truth to that. I know anybody in this firehouse would do anything for me if I asked them to, and it's a very, very close-knit group of guys.
A fire company has to be close-knit. Fires are far too uncontrollable and dangerous to be put out without well-coordinated teamwork.
Jeff Fox, 617, 180 Colt.
To me, it's a lot of different jobs. You assist people who are in trouble. You know, it could be anything from a water leak to a person trapped on the top floor of a burning building. Whatever we're called on to do, we do. We do it best we can.
Hey, Chief, we got a cat here. I don't know who it is. One of the, You rescued a cat? Yeah. Call him Smokey. Smokey the cat. Okay.
Like I said, we rescued the cats, though. Today, tomorrow, people. Maybe tonight, who knows? Happens all the time. Hang around here long enough, you see a lot of action.
Well, the 4th of July is our busiest night. Last year we did 3,800 alarms. Those were 3,800 alarms that were responded to in a 24-hour period on the 4th of July.
At a special 4th of July command post, the fire department handles 10 times as many fires as on an average night.
What we have is a lull in the activity. The fireworks display started on the East River. So a lot of people obviously go inside to watch that on the tube. And we'll wait and see what develops right after that.
Right after the commercial fireworks display is finished, the people start to do their own act. Many of them go unattended or on watch. They land in places and burn, and within a matter of time we wind up with fires on roofs, in windows, in various places.
Fire Department 248, where's your fire?
Number 6, Kazoo Place. For him to hurry, please. Hurry, get out of here. Fire Department, dispatch 310. Hello, we have a fire at 261 Canadian Street, and the little girl is on fire.
Fire Department 312, what's the address? There's a fire in a abandoned building on Happy Street, 168th and West. You're in Congleton, Walton.
That's 155 East 168.
Right, and between Grand Concourse and Brampton, the building is an empty abandoned building.
Thank you, we'll be right there.
Just before we came up here, we left the command center, and we were right below police headquarters. 911 is doing 13,000 calls a half hour.
It's another 4th of July. That's another 4th of July.
A 3-alarm fire in a crowded neighborhood in the Bronx. 12 companies respond.
There's certain situations that you get in, goes through the back of your mind, and I wanted to be a fireman. What's wrong, man? You must be crazy. I don't want to be here. I want to be any place but where I am right now. But then you just do what you have to do, and the thought will fade, and hopefully get out and everything will be okay.
The fire is in a vacant building, completely surrounded by occupied apartments.
Marshals will determine the course of origin later, but the fact that it seems to have started on the roof 4th of July night, we have a feeling it might have been fireworks landing up there. Chief, we're going to need a truck company and another line on the top floor of exposure 4, okay? All line went to the roof, not ran to the shed. Top floor and a truck company, okay? Next building. 4-4, Rob, walking. 4, okay. All right, give us water now.
Joints in really bad shape. It is bad. When it checks out, the wings in the back are collapsing. The front apartment here, towards the B-wing is collapsing.
As the fire spreads, walls and floors begin to give way. Dozens of firefighters will soon be trapped inside the collapsing building.
We were up on the 5th floor, we weren't able to get in. We just hit it from the exterior. We hit it from the fire escape, yeah.
Get out of here now. We got nobody inside, though, right? No, we got 68, I know, has a line. Let me call the trumpet guy, and he's inside.
Yeah.
I'll knock them all back. Tell him to get them the hell out of there. It's not.
That courtyard wall is going to go. They better get everybody out of that courtyard.
We can't come out the courtyard because the wall is falling, and we got, too friggin' many guys in here solid. At this point. Get them out of there.
Going out the front windows.
I was worried that the building could collapse, just through the urgency of the whole thing. You could hear on the officers' radios, the word urgent was heard, and I knew that they were having interior collapses in the building. And it was a long way to get down to the first floor, and then still have to figure a way to get out of the building. It's a scary thing because that's all that's on your mind at that point. You and the other guys getting out safe.
This time, all the firefighters managed to get out, but only by leaving their hose lines behind.
You'd be foolish not to be frightened, but you got to rely on yourself. And the thing that doesn't make you, what you keep in the back of your mind, is you're there with people that will take care of you in case something happens. You'll never be abandoned there.
The vacant building is a total loss, and a grim reminder of the loss in lives that could have been the outcome of that night.
My wife tells me I wish you got a regular 9-to-5 job, Monday to Friday, be home at night, be home on weekends. But that's not what I'm into. I like this job. I love this job. And the guys are a second family. They really are.
How many years do you have on?
I got 30 years, yeah.
30 years.
30 years.
This is
My last night.
last night in the department.
Yeah, right.
It's good.
I'll miss you people, I tell you, with all my heart. Yeah.
I love you. Okay? Take care.
It's nothing like any other job that I've ever had. A lot of teamwork that you'd never find anywhere else. You wouldn't find it in an office. It's a great job. I really wouldn't give it up for anything.
Next.
I need an ambulance.
There was nothing really that I could do about it.
She's hardly breathing.
Don't cry. You gotta be brave for your mommy, okay?
I don't know what to do.
The Lawrence family home in semi-rural Georgia is not an easy place to find. And in an emergency, that privacy can be dangerous, as first grader Amanda Lawrence found out earlier this year. All the people involved have returned to help us tell her story.
My mom started to pant, and finally she started to whimper when she was trying to push it out. And I watched her, and it kind of scared me.
Tuesday, May 16th, began like most weekdays for the Lawrence family.
I got up, same time as I always do, fixed myself a cup of coffee for the road, and got in the car and left, just like any other morning.
But within minutes of Edwin Lawrence's departure, something went wrong.
Amanda, come help Mom with a second.
I called my husband and told him to come home immediately. Tried to reach a neighbor to see if she could take me, and she wasn't home.
Terry Lawrence soon realized she might not be able to wait 30 more minutes for her husband to get home.
I said, Amanda, you're going to have to call the ambulance for Mommy. I can't get up. That was pretty scary because she realized this is it. This is an emergency now. It's not just Mommy's going to have a baby today.
911 dispatcher Patrice Mitchell took the call.
Call 911.
I I need an ambulance.
Where's your mommy? Can I talk to your mommy?
My mom's in labor.
Okay.
Hurry.
Okay. Ask your mommy if you're in a mobile home park.
We're in a house.
You're in a house.
And my mama is in labor.
Okay, I know your mommy's in labor.
Okay. Kiss her, Mama. Try.
How old are you?
I'm 7 years old.
Okay, we're getting somebody on the way. You stay on the phone with me, okay?
Okay.
I was trying to get her to calm down, to slow down and keep me informed because she was starting to get me a little nervous. And there was nothing really that I could do about it except for talk to her on the phone. I couldn't actually go to her myself and make her feel safe or help her out.
As soon as Edwin had gotten his wife's call, he left work to rush home.
I knew that, it had something to do with the baby. It just didn't occur to me to ask what's wrong. All these thoughts were running through my head. Is she in labor? Is she in trouble? Is something wrong with Amanda? I needed to be there immediately, and I knew that I had a 45-minute drive at best in front of me. My heart, I think, was going to pound out of my chest.
So, Mommy's gonna have a little baby brother or sister, huh?
Yeah, but we have one big problem. We don't know what to name it yet.
That could be a big problem, couldn't it?
Because we can't leave the hospital till Mama has named the baby. Ooh.
What happened?
Mama's water broke.
Okay, is she all right?
She's hardly breathing. Are they almost here?
Don't cry. You gotta be brave for your mommy, okay?
Okay.
Tell her to just hold off a few minutes.
My mama's starting to cry.
Your mommy's starting to cry. Tell your mommy it's gonna be all right. Tell her not to cry, okay?
Don't cry, Mama. The baby's coming out. I don't know what to do.
Well, don't get nervous. Just
Mama
take
told
it
me
easy.
to help her, but I don't know what to do.
Do you know how many houses from the
end of its head?
She can't get a hold of its little head. Just tell her
the baby is here.
The baby's here. Okay, tell her just take it easy.
Breathe.
Tell her to take it easy. That's about all you can do right now.
The baby's blue.
Tell your mommy to lay the baby on her stomach.
She did.
She did? Okay. Tell her to keep the baby tilted.
What actually really scared me was when she said the baby was blue, because that could mean a combination of things. I was like, we need to hurry up and get someone here to make sure that the baby's okay, that nothing's actually wrong with the baby.
Is it a little boy or is it a little girl?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Can you do me a favor? Can you be a big girl and go to the linen closet and get a blanket so your mommy can wrap the baby?
Okay.
I heard her put the phone down, and then when she came back to the phone, she said, well, I can only get 2 towels because we don't have a linen closet. I'm not tall enough to get anything else. I explained to her to tell her mom to wrap up the baby, just don't wrap up the baby's head, to keep the baby warm, and lay the baby in an angle.
So you got a baby brother?
Yes. Well, it's better than nothing.
Have you thought about what you're going to name him?
Mama said his name is going to be William Zachary Lawrence.
You think you like William Zachary?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be cute.
I know. Daddy's home. My daddy's home.
Your daddy's home?
Yes.
Okay. Let me talk to your daddy.
Keep the ambulance coming.
Okay.
And I kind of had to do a double take because I didn't really believe that this was really happening. I never expected to walk in and find her laying there holding the baby. Hello?
Yes, sir.
A half hour after Amanda's call, help arrived.
She can feel his heartbeat up against her, can't she?
Can you feel heartbeat and breathing? Yeah.
Okay. He's okay.
He's sucking his finger.
Oh, he's sucking his finger.
Yeah.
You should be really proud of your little girl. She is a great little girl. Is there a rescue unit pulling up in your driveway?
He's here right now.
Okay, if they're in, I'm going to hang up, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
The baby was immediately wrapped in thermal foil to help keep him warm. He was 2 weeks early, but paramedic John Koliak reassured the Lawrences that the baby's blueness had been only a common birth bruising. William Zachary is a normal, healthy baby boy.
Hi, Guy.
When his airways were cleared, he finally discovered his lungs.
Amanda, you did a great job.
In a situation like this, there are a lot of dangers involved if the mother is delivering the child without anyone else there. I guess Amanda inherited her calmness from her mother. They were both just in control the whole time.
See you at the hospital, sweetheart.
Three weeks later, a new family life has begun.
I think the happiest moment was when I pulled him up on my chest and realized that he was breathing okay and everything was all right. I think that was probably the happiest. That and the look on my husband's face when he came in the house and saw him. His eyes, he was in shock.
I was probably the one that panicked. Everybody else was doing fine. Wasn't sure about what I was doing, because this is really not the way we had planned to do it.
Edwin, Terry, and Amanda finally get to meet Patrice and thank her for helping to bring their baby into the world.
So how you like your baby brother?
He's great.
He's great, huh? I've never actually talked to a 7-year-old that could respond to me the way she did. I mean, it was like whatever I said, she had an answer for it, or if she didn't know, she would get an answer for it. And then once everybody got there, the emergency equipment and things got there, it was fine. I smiled the rest of the day. It's like the best thing I've ever done for somebody.
When my dad found out what I had done, he gave me a big hug and told me that he was real proud of me. And at that time, I was proud of myself, too. I sure love you a lot.
Not every community has a 911 system yet, so local numbers for fire, police, and ambulances should be posted by every phone, and children should be taught how to call in an emergency. This series is dedicated to the real heroes who answer our calls for help and risk their lives to save the life of a stranger. I'm William Shatner. Join me next week for more true stories on Rescue 911.
Step out of the car, please.